What if the wildest thing you've ever dreamed of doing with your reactive dog wasn't a fantasy, but the start of your healing? Welcome to Straight Up Dog Talk, the podcast helping burned out pet parents who feel stuck with their pup finally let go of the guilt, learn to communicate, and build the bond you've always dreamed of through a partnership based approach that combines training, nutrition, and enrichment instead of chasing the quick fixes that don't actually work. I'm Em, and in this episode, you'll learn how to stop waiting until things are perfect to start living the life you and your dog deserve. Why trying to earn your joy is keeping you stuck and what to do instead. And how I finally gave myself permission to start living an RV dream. Even though my dog is reactive, I'm disabled, and nothing is ready. Because sometimes the only way forward is to start while everything still feels messy. I want to talk about something that's been on my heart lately because I think so many of us, especially those of us with big feeling dogs, spend our lives waiting for the right time to wear the dress or break out those new shoes, or maybe even eat that amazing snack in the cupboard. Waiting until the training is farther along, or until the reactivity is more manageable, until we have more money, more time, more confidence, more energy. We tell ourselves we'll start dreaming again once things calm down. But for so many of us, that time never comes. I used to believe I had to earn everything: my joy, my peace, my rest, my dreams. I thought if I just worked hard enough, if I just did everything right, I could finally live the life that I wanted. The one where I wasn't constantly managing behavior, emotions, illness, finances, you name it. The one where I could actually breathe. But here's what I've learned the hard way. Life doesn't show up when things are finally perfect. It starts when you decide to make space for joy anyway, even in the mess, even when it feels selfish, even when nothing is ready. I've lived my whole life letting fear set the schedule, and I know that I'm not alone in that. I talk to dog parents every single day who say things like, once I fix this behavior, I can finally go on vacation. Once my dog stops reacting, I'll try that group class. Once I'm not so tired, I'll launch that business. Try that thing, open that door. But what if the version of you who's still in the mess is the version that needs the dream the most? For me, the dream has been the podcast. Straight Up Dog Talk is the one thing I never thought that I could do. And it's also the thing I am most proud of. And my dream has always been to take it on the road, to travel with Toby and Fitz, to sit in the RV with a mic in my lap and record the stories that make people feel seen. For a long time, I thought I had to wait until Fitz was better, until my body was stronger, until I had a bigger following, a better car, a budget that made sense. But I started thinking, what if I just started? Now listen, this doesn't mean I suddenly packed a car and hit the road. You know that we haven't made that leap quite yet. Fitz still barks at skateboards and struggles in new environments. I still preload my car with shoes, cooling mats, fans, and a plan. But I stopped waiting for him to be normal to start designing a life where he could thrive too. Even now, when we're practicing for long drives or stops along the RV route, I don't ask, where will we be able to stay? Will the campground be too crowded? Will we be able to find something on Hip Camp? Will our friends allow us to stay on their property? And will they respect my boundaries and keep their dogs away from mine? Instead, I ask, where will Fitz feel safe? That's the lens I use for everything now. Feeding, enrichment, training. It's not about having a perfect dog. It's about having a relationship that lets you dream together. Because the truth is, he's not holding me back. He's teaching me how to move forward differently. Here's your real talk challenge for this week. What are you waiting until it's perfect to say yes to? Where are you saying, once I fix this, then I'll deserve joy? What's one small step you can take today to stop postponing your life. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be real. So remember, be kind, spread joy, and don't wait until it's perfect to start. If you've been feeling like no one really understands what you're going through with your dog, it can feel really isolating and heavy, carrying all that weight by yourself day after day. That's why I created a free community, a safe space where you can share the hard stuff, get support, and be surrounded by people who truly get it. You'll find the link in the show notes below. Thank you for listening to Straight Up Dog Talk. Remember, new episodes drop every Monday and Wednesday. I'll see you next time.